What was the kinkiest thing you have done in your life so far? Was me and a girl alone in a suite at a hockey game. Third quarter and nobody had scored yet. We decided to freak in the suite. Locked the door to the suite and then bent her over behind a couch that was in the suite so nobody else could see from other seats in the stadium. The instant I stuck my schlong in, our team scored. The announcer was yelling goal and everybody was cheering. She is now my wife of 10 years. I was single and just looking for some fun while not in a relationship. Started quacking a MILF 10 years older than me in an open marriage. Quacked all the time at my house, their house, the woods, the park, changing rooms, etc. She opened up about their life and I kind of commented about how he did not treat her right. She had been wanting to leave for a long while but didn't have the courage. She left him. I supported her and continued dating her for 4 years, 3 of which we lived together. Ultimately our lifestyle/goals didn't match up but we ended on really good terms. No regrets. I'm just now working on figuring out what I want with the next stage of my life. About once a week for a year in college I would sleep with my GF's roommate with her watching. The roommate was really shy and never did anything socially. She had gotten out of a long-term relationship right before school started and drunkenly told us the only part she missed was regular quacking. My girl suggested she could use me, with some rules. After a year the living arrangements changed so I wasn't used anymore. A year later we broke up and the roommate and I became friends with benefits. Used to drive Lyft and was giving 3 women a ride to a concert in downtown LA. On the way there all 3 of them flashed me, asked me my opinions on their breasts, and then had me touch them for judging how nice they were. Needless to say, one of my favorite rides to drive. Got a 5-star rating too. Beating off in a doctor's office not realizing they could see from the other room. I was 12. I was hospitalized for a week in isolation. I was mostly fine. Got too corny and wanked a few off. 1 year later, I got a job at the place. Turns out the room I was in had a camera. Hooked up with a girl at a party. Didn't even think she was all that attractive, I was just kind of bored, drunk, and corny. Having to go to the doctor for a case of crabs was my reward for poor self-control.
Nope.
When I was living in Vegas and going to college I invited 2 of my female classmates to my apartment to study and party a bit. When they showed up they had brought one of their friends and her husband. After some drinking games and heavy flirting one of my classmates asks if I'd like to make out. Heck yeah, I do. At one point she says something about me being a great kisser so the other classmate says she wants to try. Ended up having quack with both of them. Had completely forgotten the friend and her husband. They just sat there, all quiet, watching like they were in a movie theater. Damn near came on the spot because their friend was supermodel hot and she was just staring at us while 2 girls used me like a living doll. Kept going and several times I wanted to ask her and her husband if they'd like to join but I thought better of it. Figured if they were into that kind of thing they would have already been going at it. Finished, and hung out for a while longer. Then the friend and husband left and the 3 of us spent the rest of the night going at each other. Never did get any studying done. I may have gone to college late and gone into massive debt but that night alone was worth it. I had a trans woman dress me in her lingerie, cage my apply lipstick, wrap a chain around my neck, and proceed to quack me as hard as she could. She screwed me in like 5 different positions, slapping, spanking with a paddle, and spitting on me. Made me suck her off. After she finished on my face she took off my cage, shoved me into the shower, and proceeded to piss on me, then made me finish and eat it. Actually very recent, my BF went to Google something in front of me not realizing drunk him did not go incognito on his last prawn search. He was mortified, as it meant he had to confess to having a desperation peeing fetish. Essentially, someone holding their pee to the point they can't help but wet themselves. Honestly, I thought it was hot that he had a kink like this. We spoke more about it, and he showed me a video of what he liked. I ended up making one for him and he loved it. Now, we do it in real life and he enjoys it when I finally pee on him. It doesn't do anything for me, but I love how much it does for him. He'll come home sometimes and I'll just casually say, I've been needing to pee for hours, and then the next thing you know we're naked. I never, ever thought I'd even try it, let alone keep doing it. God, I love him. Years ago I quacked this chick in the butt and afterwards we took a shower. In the shower, I put my semi-erect schlong back in her butt and filled her up with piss. Not sure if that's kinky or just weird, but there you go. Thanks for coming to my TED Talks. Met a girl at a LAN party. She seemed wild and she was giving out massages if you donated to the charity she was sponsoring. I joked around and asked if I donated more I could get a kiss as well, and to my surprise, she said yes but would find me later on. I gave her my seat number and a few hours into my Saturday evening she drunkenly stumbles and finds me. She ended up whacking me off under the table whilst my friends were super into their game of League of Legends, and we snuck back to my tent an hour later. We quacked for a while and her friend rings her. She asked if her friend could meet us at my tent and of course I said yes. Her friend came and she was smoking, though a little cooked, so I shot my chance at a threesome after 30 minutes of interaction and it was successful. I ended up finishing in her butt whilst her friend was trying to clean up the mess as it was falling out. Me and my wife did long distance for a couple of years, and every time we would reconnect we would quack ASAP. We did it in the airport car park in San Francisco, behind a bush in Heathrow that backed onto a house, and we used to quack in public places on trails and hikes. But now we are in our 30s and have a 2-year-old, so we are boring now, haha. My friend and I went walking, and we were trying to find and meet up with her sister and husband, who were already down there. We were coming around the corner and we saw them quacking. My friend looked at me and got down on her knees and started sucking my lollipop as she remained in eye contact, watching me watch them loving. Laid, naked, and covered in water-based lube, between 2 sheets of latex with a vibrator wand between my legs, got vacuum sealed into the whole contraption, and was told that I couldn't get out of it till I'd finished 3 times. I'm highly claustrophobic, and once that pump sucks the air out you do not move. The lady running this machine played with my melons and whispered threats in my ears the entire time. I had 5 jisms before remembering the safe word. My girl and I lived in a very rural northern US area, so desolate they roll up the streets at night. We'd go out in my car after dark, and drive around naked. She'd sit right on me until she got me inside her. She would steer the car and I could reach the gas and brake pedals with my feet. Faster, slower were her commands, mine were stop or slow down. We'd drive around for hours like that, in such a rural area, and we'd never encounter a car. If we were getting wound up and needed a release, we'd just pull over to the side of the road and consummate this part of our midnight drive away and do it on a different road again. Lots of old logging roads, so there was always someplace we could devour each other. We were young and ready to go anytime, night or day. Her parents were sort of local party animals, so we'd get drafted to babysit until late at night, and we'd cover up under a blanket and watch the kids watch TV, and she'd get me inside her, just like out in the car. At breakfast in the morning, the kids would sleep late, so we'd have a quiet breakfast, then I'd climb under the kitchen table, and have her for breakfast. All that, and only once did we almost get caught. This was a small town in a huge area. I'd bet every kid in town with a car, with all kinds of unused logging roads and swimming ponds. It had several small lakes and deserted back roads, had more than one secret makeout spot, to enjoy a romantic interlude in the unnatural with their young lover of the day.